Boa noite a todos. Welcome back to Tom Plays EU4 for absolute beginners. We are back with Portugal. And I think we should just have an army heading back here at some point. Manpower's looking good. Just thinking about what we should probably do next. Yeah, that'll be the army arriving because they'll have taken damage on the way. There we go. So I'll put them back together. So the army's at least only in 2 bits. So I think what we've got here is an army of 20 and an army of 17? 19. Can't count. So around 39 are we? In that case we can probably have them all together. This is our European fleet now. Brilliant. Just thinking in terms of wanting to build up our African army as well. So if we just check our military limit, got room for 16 more troops. And they could all live there. Okay. Let's do that then. I might get 2 more cavalry, even though they're a lot less useful now. And I'm going to make a bunch of cannons. And we'll see how it looks then. Well, if I'm avoiding too much, I'm just thinking our manpower was quite close to maximum there. So I'd like to get the army, at least, to the force limit. It's not easy to do with the navy. Right, so, other concerns. How are we doing with global trade? Because we've got quite a penalty now. Merchants performing poorly, that isn't good. Try to avert it or spend diplomatic power. So we need 1500 to embrace it. Quite close there. Yeah, I think once we get the army up to the force limit, we should then maybe hold off. Maybe make another trade fleet. Actually, that's not a bad idea. So it will allow us to make a bit more money. Papal blessing, which is good. So once again we've got nothing to do that isn't money related, so let's raise our mercantilism. Now on 18, which is good. But yeah, so if we just build a trade fleet down there in Africa, declining power of a nobility, not complaining at all. Relations with the Papal State. And one of our colonies is now self-sustaining. Oh, this is good. Right, so what was I going to do next? I think I was going to move inland. But then should I? Or should I be trying to get a presence down here as well? Well, the problem is they're actually coming from the other side, so we probably do need to move inland. I'm hoping if I stay as northern as possible that it will actually form into a single colonial nation. If we maybe do these 5, then they may become a colonial nation, and I can start on the next colonial nation while subsidising them. In the hope we can actually pull off 2 nations, because there's California here and Mexico, so might not be able to do Mexico, we'll have to see. But then there's always a chance that in the future we will actually be at war with Spain. Okay, apparently we've fulfilled a mission. No, not build manufactories. Dominate trade? No. Assemble an army. Oh, of course. Yeah. We've got improved manpower recovery speed and army tradition. That's good. That is good. Should help us to finish reaching the force limit, which is definitely something we want. So, let's pull this army together. So if you remember, a while ago, possibly the last estate, the nobles wanted us to try to take Zimbabwe, gave us a claim and things like that. So I'd like us to be ready to take advantage of that next time. I'm hoping this army, even though it's not huge, would actually be enough, simply because Kilwa is so far behind us technologically. We're currently on 18 as a military level, while we are on also 18. Okay, so they're not behind us technologically at all. We'd better get our other army down here if we want to take them on. Interesting. Okay, this is good. Just getting some random power. Right, so let's check our force limit again. We have room for 7 more troops. Do 5 infantry and a couple of cannons. I won't do a couple of cannons because we don't have the money. Okay, cannon. We'll move on in a bit, but we've got all our diplomats back. I don't think we're desperately in need of improving relations with our subjects again. We do have room for another diplomatic relation, which is interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. We've done all our government reform tiers. So in theory, this government reform thing, we can use this power to expand our administration, which increases our governing capacity. Not totally clear what our governing capacity is. I mean, it's basically about how much land we can successfully govern. Might actually just improve that. So I don't think we're doing anything else with this progress, so may as well put it up a bit. Okay. We're not able to do estates yet. Royal marriage of Austria has ended. Karl the Palatinate as the new emperor. It's not a good sign for the empire when the emperorship keeps changing hands. Still, they marry Austria anyway. Bohemia's looking pretty good though, isn't it? I do kind of wish we'd married them instead. But we don't like the Commonwealth, which is a problem. Definitely a problem. Provence isn't a fan. Might just try and improve relations with them. Doesn't hurt. Burgundy. Burgundy's still around. It's impressive. Why not? Okay. Mostly just to have the diplomats doing things. It doesn't hurt to get people to like us more. Okay, so we're just going to send this trade fleet off somewhere. And then we're going to wonder why we didn't see this coming. Oh, because it's not in our actual land. Yeah, this is a problem. I do wonder if I should have saved the army to try and help them maintain order. They ought to be able to do it themselves though, really. Okay. Influenza. Quarantine the port. So I might leave them to it. Let's just make sure they're actually being subsidised. Yeah, being subsidised. Could send them money, but I don't have very much, so it's probably not going to help. Just Not going to worry about it. Maybe they'll lose the land that we took for them. I hope not, but maybe they will. It can happen, especially if we've taken a bit too much. I might send someone to Brazil. It's not a huge profit, but it's still a profit. I'm guessing we're now... okay, we're sort of on the verge, so let's make another cannon. So, ships. Our army is currently 39 up here, our European army, so we need another 14 ships at least. 14? 24, surely. For 24 transports to have any realistic chance of transporting them all in one go. So if we try to build 25, nope, we need to make more money first. I keep forgetting this. We do not have infinite money. And we really need to start saving money to embrace global trade as well. It's going to be good. It's good to get all our troops out while we've still got that bonus we got. It's army enthusiasm, as we should be able to recover a little faster. But yeah, let's speed the time up. Well, that's bad news. The change of noise there indicates that we're actually losing money every turn. So this is probably because we've increased the size of the army. Army maintenance has gone up. So... bit of an issue. I might just see how it goes for a bit because it's not... yeah, it's recovered a bit. Right, so what have we actually got? Plus 8.28. So that's what we can afford. So assuming... yeah, basically out of these I think global tariffs is probably our best option because we do need money right now. Not going to give us a huge amount of money. You'll probably be better off without him really, but the diplomatic power is worth having too. Okay. Right, so all our diplomats have finished doing that, so I'm going to do the colonies again. Just improve relations with... actually, do we need to? Tell you what, let's do our allies first. So, Spain is a very important ally, the Commonwealth is a very important ally, Austria less so, and I think the other two we have are actually vassals. Could even start looking at annexing these, because they are very small vassals. See what the nobles suggest. Okay, the nobility want to campaign against Zeus. Okay, clergy wants us to build a house of worship. I'm not against that, but we don't have a lot of money. Settlements in California. It's interesting. Colonial California. 5 cities in colonial California. Global settler increase. Right, now this is a good one because we want to do this anyway. So assuming it's possible, then we should actually do this without any other efforts. So unless Zeus is like, we have no allies, which isn't the case, they're allied with Tunis, I believe. And guaranteed by Morocco. So I think the burghers is our best option because they're asking us to do something that we already want to do. which is great. So hopefully we will have that done, and also the benefit is good. Global settler increase. It's definitely something we want. Lost our heir, we've got a new heir, not a very good one unfortunately. It can't be helped. Finished diplomatic ideas, so we'll now get the technology cheaper. And we also have some new policies, potentially. Right, well, an administrative policy will be worth having, and we still don't have any of those. So what are our diplomatic policies? They're the obvious ones to do with settlements. Land leader 5+1 is our military policy. Yeah, to be fair, I think that's still the best of the options we have. Have extra diplomats, don't really need them. Diplomatic reputation is always useful, to be fair. Commercial embassies and diplomatic reputation. I do rather like that. Global trade power. Let's go with that. So we're now losing 2 diplomatic points per month. But at the same time, we also have some advantages. I mean, this may actually increase our funds considerably, so we might even be able to afford a better diplomatic advisor sooner. I can't say it's that dramatic, to be honest. Oh, nice. Got legitimate documents to show we have a historical claim. We gained. Okay, a new colony. Ah, brilliant. Okay, so we've done this spot in the Moluccas, so let's go. Oh, actually, we should probably do the island next, shouldn't we? Okay, let's send colonists to the island. So we definitely need our Pacific fleet, which is here. Just gonna move this across, and we want to core this one because this is going to remain ours forever. No colonial nations out here. And this is for some reason taking us into the middle of nowhere. I'm guessing it's this one. Right. So we actually want, ideally, to plant a colony here. But I'm going to need our European fleet to come over and ferry the troops across. And we've lost our monarch. Unfortunately, we'd only just gained a new heir. So with DLCs, it's possible for the Queen to take over. As we're doing this with no DLCs, we're stuck with a Regency Council, which means no wars. And unfortunately, they're managing to be even worse than our heir. On the plus side, he's 14, so he obviously wasn't born just now. So hopefully he'll take over fairly soon. It won't be quite so bad. Commonwealth. That's good, no objections to that. We've got all our diplomats back from Spain, which is good. Right, so let's start diplomatic relations with all of our colonial nations. Starting from the top, so that's Labrador, Portugal. We don't have any over there yet. Caribus. Portuguese Colombia and Portuguese Brazil. That still leaves us with 2 to do. Just making sure we keep them all on board. Here we go. To keep the ships here for now. like to want to move this army elsewhere. Once we've got to 10 provinces. Okay, administrative advisor. Right, we've got plus 7.41. Production efficiency would be better, and it is a plus 2. Okay. A little risky. But it does put the money up a little in terms of trade. So, worth a try at least. Okay. So, we need to head over back towards Indonesia and also ferry these guys across to the island. 4 pretender regiments. Okay. Well, I must say that's extremely annoying. But we'll just send the army across. We called a diplomat from Labrador, so we'll send them to Rio de Prata as soon as they arrive home. Fairly sure the castle should hold out even against that many people, and our army should be able to destroy them if the castle is on our side. So I'm not worrying too much about that. Okay, fine. So hopefully this is the last one, and it will allow us to fulfill that estate agenda. We will find out. Okay, so Rio de Prata diplomat. They're already on plus 200, so it's probably a bit unnecessary. Apparently we lost the Battle of Lisboa, which I was really not expecting, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. Oh. Let's have landed, so we can actually just set up shop there now. Okay, let's head back and see what's going on in Portugal proper. Let's head back over. Possibly we would have been better off. Right, legitimacy is low, so we definitely want to gain 5 legitimacy on this occasion. I think we might have been better off doing going to Coimbra, so we're not necessarily attacking across a river. That probably wasn't a good move to start with. I mean, on the plus side, we should heal much better than them. We have a lot of manpower. And while they're trying to siege a castle, which they have no chance of taking at the moment. So let's just leave our army recovering while we start improving relations with Australia. Sounds like we're losing money again. Mind you, we've lost troops, haven't we? So that does cost money. Okay, well, we do need legitimacy, unfortunately, so I'm going to go for that papal blessing. Even though it means we now have a loan. Villages lost influence, that's fine. It's not a big issue. They are recovering, but I do think we're recovering faster. So hopefully we'll have a numerical advantage soon. Alright, forget this. Let's go again. Still want the castle advantage, you see. Okay, this is interesting. It does look like we're going to scrape a win, thank goodness. closer than I was expecting, to be honest, given we technically still have the castle on our side, even with the walls breached. Alright, let's just follow them. Their morale's really low now, so we should defeat them quite easily. And now they're done with. There you go, that'll teach you. Linking pretenders. States, that's fine. I'm fairly sure we've already done that. So, well, that wasn't ideal. We've lost a huge amount of manpower. We've ended up having to take out a loan. Not ideal at all. I'm just wondering whether it would be worth trying to get some African allies. Who hates Kilwa? Portugal and Yemen. Alright, this is Adel, is it? They only have 16 technology though, is the problem. Still could improve relations with them just in case. We do have a diplomatic claim on Tunis now. Mamluks and Ottomans would join in, right, forget that. In fact, I think I'll improve relations with them. Not at all keen to take that one on. Yeah, Mamluks and Morocco, just as expecting. New Portugal, I think we've taxed them already, so I'm not going to. Okay, what about Morocco? The Mamluks like Morocco. Yep, they're all defending each other, which is sensible, to be honest. From Dahomey, I don't particularly mind. Is there anyone nearby we might be able to vassalise? Such as Dahomey, in fact. See, they look like we might be able to vassalise them. Let's try it. I'm going to make an alliance with Dahomey. They are in a war, so they might be about to drag us in. So I should have checked before we did that. Then again, it might allow us to vassalise them if we join in. Not that I have any troops down there at the moment. Okay, do we want Gustavian infantry, or should we be trying to improve the spread of the institution? Because we really are at quite a disadvantage now. 435. Got a long way to go here. Alright, so these areas are all ours, so it will be greatly to our advantage if this area got global trade, because it would start to spread fastest to these areas. So if we try to develop this, so we use all this excess military and admin power. And there we go. So that's now present. I need 1402 now. Still taking far too long, all things considered. I mean, an awful lot of the nations actually have it now. I thought we'd be quite ahead with global trade. Especially since it started right there. Right next door, practically. Oh well, we just need to try and gain money. So how are we doing with that? We are actually gaining money, so that's something. Okay, brilliant. We'll just leave it, I suppose. I will see what we can do in terms of moving towards vassalising Dahomey. As we go through the usual suspects, we proclaim a guarantee. That gives us an extra 10. They already have military access, so we've already got that one. So subsidies and send gift, we can get maximum of 40 from that. We can't have a royal marriage because they're not Christians or even Catholics. So in effect we're kind of stuck with improving relations. We've got 25, so we can get another 75, which will take us to 149, and then the plus 40 will take us to 189, which will be exactly one short. So that border friction is just going to screw us over. So it's going to be the same issue we had with Carbu, where we can't quite vassalise them, but we should find, if we get any events or if we get anything that improves, yeah, like if they pull us into a war and we help them, we should find we can then vassalise them. So I'm just going to leave it improving and hope for the best. We'll see. Manpower is actually 0 now. Grief, that uprising was quite bad. Should be stable government. I'm going to accept that. I don't want to lose the prestige. Nothing wrong with a papal controller being Spanish. France is making us their rival. Okay, so let's put a bit of papal influence. So we're our rivals. Yeah, Britain is our main rival. Provence, Tunis and Britain. Probably should have tried to improve relations with France. Oh! I'm guessing Labrador must have reached 10 provinces, because we have got a new merchant. So what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, they have started spreading. So I think these 3 were all created by Labrador themselves, which is brilliant. Great Britain's gone there, but yeah, we should be able to pull these troops out once this colony is done. So I think we will probably send them to Cascadia. 3, 4. We're going to be pushing it to even get 5 provinces in Cascadia, unfortunately. I suppose we could go here and try to fill these in. I think we'll have to. So that's going to be a bit of a problem. Can we walk there? I think we can walk there, actually. Once we've come across here, so that it might be possible. It might be possible. We'll try. I mean, if we have even 1 province there, it'd at least give us an easier time claiming those provinces from Spain. But in the meantime, let's pull up the trade map. Haven't bothered with this for a while. We've got traders in a lot of places, so I don't need to be very careful. We'll probably just look at the next one down again. Alright, Australia. Not one I would have instantly gone for, I have to say. The problem with Australia is that they're kind of out on a limb. But then of course we do want to control trade here, so maybe it's a good place to start. Okay, we can try. So we're going to transfer trade from Australia. I suppose in theory what we want to do is, let's see, we want the trade to go to Malacca, and then we want to forward it to the Cape of Good Hope, where we already have a merchant. So we want to prevent the trade from Australia, which is here, heading into the Ottomans' territory. So actually we need this one as well. So we're going to need 2 more traders realistically to do that properly. Okay, oh, we'll just see how we go, I suppose. Right. We've lost another advisor. We've got plus 13.51. However, we mostly want to save money right now. So let's go for this guy. No, hang on, not that guy. Got national manpower, land force limit. Actually, none of those are any good for money. So I might just go morale of armies National manpower. What's this? Oh no, actually. No, I think that increases the maximum, so that's probably not much good. So I'll just go for morale, just in case we do get embroiled in something. So unfortunately we're not doing very well here, but it does mean we're getting some money. So, not all bad, I suppose. Palatinate kept the emperorship. So we're not looking at this particularly, but imperial authority down here. You do gain 10 if you keep the emperorship, which does help. Okay, Rio de Prata have an uprising. Well, I will tell you what, I will subsidise you to help you keep down the uprising, even though you've allowed Spain to completely overcome you in terms of colonising, which is disappointing. Nobody matters that much, you've got 10 provinces, that's all we really needed. Looks like they put their uprising down, and they've still got subsidies, which is great. Have you done any colonising? Maybe a bit. Okay, and Portuguese Brazil, still not doing enough. I'll subsidise both of you, because I'm still hoping you'll spread out a little. Labrador, yep, you need some subsidies too. Help your colonies grow. Let's try and take control. How is Australia doing? Okay, you've got nearly all of New Zealand now, so that is not bad. Not bad at all. Let's give you some subsidies to help you finish the job, hopefully. We can have the whole of Australia. I don't know if you'll be able to easily colonise here. Is that Tasmania? We'll give you subsidies, and we'll see. So we're just about losing money. Can't afford any more subsidies. But at least it should help with the colonisation. There we go. Okay, I'm guessing that's this one. Okay, great. So, it's the closest I can actually get. Probably here. So if we head up to the western Hudson Bay, if we drop them there, we should have the least distance to walk, I hope. That's fine. I want to make sure they're actually able to walk across. Right, great. Transport. Let's land you. So I want you to go there if possible. Nope, can't go there. I'm guessing someone else is already... Oh, it's too far away. Ah, well this one isn't. Okay, cool. Go there instead then. That's fine. Oh, it's internal. Sorry, I was thinking this was sea. It's not sea, is it? Right, brilliant. So if they reach there, we will send our European fleet back home to Tangiers. So at least we've made, hopefully, once they get there, we've actually made a start on colonising Cascadia. Okay, well let's not buy any artillery for a bit. We need to rebuild manpower anyway. Can we pay this? Okay, cool. Unfortunately, we're still losing money. Wasn't what I wanted. And I don't want to reduce inflation by 2 because it's not at 2, so that would be a waste. 2 case, okay. So we can upset the papal state. Clergy is more loyal, to be fair, or we can have a massive revolt. I think I will upset the papal state. Sorry, Mr. Pope. So let's improve relations with him. So we're actually in a slightly dangerous position now. We could be excommunicated, in theory. Oh, brilliant. Right, so we fulfilled that estate agenda, and we have created Portuguese California. It's fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to send a colonist down here because I'm hoping we can form Portuguese Mexico by keeping as southern as possible. I'm not entirely sure what this bit belongs to, but I might get that last. We'll see. I want to keep them separate if possible so they don't argue too much. We'll see how it goes. Right, that is brilliant. So we'll also gain more global settlers because we fulfilled that estate. And we definitely want to subsidise these guys. Because I'm counting on them to colonise as much as possible. And they've got started. For 5, so they've opened 2 colonies of their own. Fantastic, thank you. Because I just do not have the colonists to do that myself. So still, oddly enough, subsidising them is far cheaper than having an extra colonist of our own. Okay. So I'm just going to slowly fill this in from the west, which is a new one for me, but I'm keeping in mind what I know about the Portugal missions. I believe we have some to take land here and to have control over trade. So I want as big a presence on the western side as possible. That's fine. So even though normally I'm quite keen to take Papua, focusing there for now. Right. Amazingly, we still seem to be making money. Probably not much, to be fair. A little at least. That's good. Although we do have rather low cost advisors. Okay, so that's. Slow this down. Lost a general, so we do need to employ a new one. A pirate. Could do dealing with them. But yeah, we've got our armies in place, so that's looking good. Got a new colonial nation who started colonising themselves, and we've made an effort to build colonies in the last 2 places we possibly could build a colonial nation, which is great. So we obviously lost Louisiana, I think, to Spain, but otherwise I think we've got a potential. Oh, and also Peru. Yeah, although Spain haven't actually won Peru yet, so it's possible we could gain a presence there. But realistically, unless we go to war, these are going to be the last 2 colonial nations we build. I don't know if you realise, actually, I didn't point this out, but if you look at the provinces, Spain was trying to cut everyone off, including us, from all of these provinces here. So I think these are Cascadian provinces still. There will be a switchover point where they stop being Cascadian and start being Canadian. But I'm hoping there are enough Cascadian provinces for us to at least get 5 provinces, a 5-province nation. There are also these provinces up here, but there are only 4 of them. It would be nice to have them. But at the same time, unless we can cut Spain off, we're going to have a race for these, so maybe we're better off focusing on these ones for now. I quite like these simply because they're not far away from Siberia, which are other provinces that we can in theory colonise, especially if Russia isn't doing very well, which it looks like they're not. But yeah, that's not bad. You know, we've made progress, we've got a new trader, we've made a new colonial nation, we're making progress down here, which should put us in a good position. We just really, really need to embrace global trade and make a lot of money. So hopefully the upcoming papal blessing will help with the money side, and our ever-increasing legitimacy will help. and we'll just have to see how it goes. So not huge on action there, apart from the revolt, which took down our manpower horrendously. But, you know, making slow and steady progress. So I think I will leave it there, and need to send diplomats out as well. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.